Missy, and today I'm here to share with you guys, again, my April TBR. You know what's funny is I started this video this morning about 9 o'clock, and I did the whole TBR, and I said March. This is my March TBR. And I did that video 5 times, and I continued to say, this is my March TBR. And then so when I went to go upload my footage from my memory card onto my computer, I typed in as the name of the video, March TBR. So it uploaded all of the videos that I had filmed this morning, and then it asked me, do you want to replace the videos for March TBR? And I said no. I don't even know why that there would be another video on my inside my computer with the same title, March TBR 2021. Like, I don't understand. So I kind of like said no, and then again I wasn't thinking about it, and then I deleted everything on the card because I had ran out of memory on my card to continue on with my March wrap-up. So when I sat down to edit my TBR so I could upload it this afternoon onto YouTube, I realized my mistake. And so I went back into my videos, and I found my TBR for like the second half, because I named it March TBR 3 and 4, because I name all of my videos, so when I go to collect them all to do the editing and rendering and everything, I have what I need. And yeah, so long story short, hi again. Welcome to my TBR. I did post this on Instagram, so you did get a sneak peek of all the books that I'm planning on reading. However, I will be going over why I'm reading all of these books. And there are a lot. This is a tentative TBR for April. I know that it's already like the end of the second week of April. I am late. Like everything in my life, I'm always late. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is my Stephen King read-along / the Buzzwordathon that is being hosted by Kayla or Books and Lala, whichever name you call her by. There are Goodreads groups for both the Stephen King read-along that I host and also Lala's Buzzwordathon. I will leave those links down below. Now, for the Buzzwordathon, this theme for April is called Galaxy Terms. So that could be anything that had a celestial body in the title: star, moon, planet, solar system, universe, outer space, astronaut, Milky Way, like literally anything that you would use as sky related. It's also going to be for the galaxy theme. Now, with my Stephen King read-along, if you are new to my channel, I have coincided the books that I've chosen for this entire year to go along with the themes for the Buzzwordathon, to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So, with that being said, the April's pick for this month is Elevation by Stephen King. Now, there are a couple of books that he has written that has a celestial body or a galaxy term in the title. However, I have been doing the Stephen King read-along for about 4 years now, and I've already used one of those titles. But if you've already read Elevation, and this is a very short, like novella-esque book, then I do have a second book that you could possibly choose, and that is Full Dark No Stars, which is a collection of short stories. So I did have this on my Stephen King read-along, I think 2 years ago. I believe I read the first story. Maybe I never even picked it up. I mean, that would go along with my MO. So I will be trying to read both of these. Now, you might be saying, well, when is Books and Lala's readathon? Like, when is it? Well, it's technically the first week of April, or the first week of every single month, the 1st through the 7th. However, she did say in her announcement video she will not be policing this readathon whatsoever. So you can choose to read many books with that theme within the first week of the month, or you can just choose one and read it throughout the entire month. Now, I know Elevation isn't a celestial body. I'm stretching it a bit, but if you do look at the cover, there is stars up there, and so I'm hoping that this is slightly related to outer space somehow. And then, of course, I will be trying my darndest to pick this up because I do have, and I went through, I loved my little allegory for my Stephen King books over here, and it got messed up in me deleting the video. So I was saying how I have Stephen King books on my floor that are rotting like you know, spoiled food because I haven't finished them. So we're gonna skip that. Anyways, so that was the first week of April. Of course, I haven't started any of this yet, so we have like 2.5, 3 weeks maybe for me to read as many books as possible. The second readathon in the month is actually this week, which is the second week of April, which starts on Monday and then ends on Sunday. So I actually have 2 more, well, today's almost over. I have like 1 day to finish that book, and the theme for this month is adaptations. So I do have, where is it? It's at the bottom, of course. I do have a few choices that I might be doing. Sin City is the top of my adaptation choice. This is written by Frank Miller. This is The Hard Goodbye, which is volume 1. I do own the movie. I have seen it multiple times. I have a poster in my kitchen of Sin City. So I do really like this story, and I can't wait to read it. I'm almost positive this is what I'm going to read tomorrow to finish up, you know, week 2. But if I still have time for some strange reason and I want to pick up another adaptation, I do have Bridget Jones' Diary on my contemporary shelf that I would like to get rid of. I mean, if you could please tell me in the comments to stop buying contemporary chick lit books. Like, I don't read them. They just sit there and collect dust, and it's bothersome. So that is the goal for finishing, you know, this week is adaptations. I could also read Bridget Jones' Diary because that's also an adaptation. All right, and then the other 2 readathons that I am participating in is the Spinebreakers readathon. If you got it. If you read it, got it? Wait, if you got it, read it. If you got it, read it is their readathon. And they had a whole category of challenges that you can participate in, and then they have their bonus challenge, which is read books with numbers on the cover, read books in a rainbow, and read books all from one shelf. So because I have multiple bookshelves and I have tons of books on my floor, I've chosen a single stack on my floor and I'm reading all the way through. So with that being said, I have The Mystery of the Tolling Bell by Caroline Keene, which is number 23 in the Nancy Drew series. This is on that shelf or pile of books. So I want to read this one. And then I also had Monsters, She Wrote on that shelf. The Women Who Pioneered Horror and Speculative Fiction, written by Lisa Kroger, or maybe, and Melanie R. Anderson. Cork sent this to me 2 years ago maybe, and I still haven't picked it up. Story of my life. I did start it. I'm on Mary Shelley right now. I love reading biographies about people. And so I'm definitely looking forward to reading more of this book. All right. Now, we are at the last readathon, which is the Dewey's 24-hour readathon, which is taking place on April 24th. I will leave all that information down below. You can still sign up, so I will leave the link for the sign up down below as well. I believe with Dewey's they do like prizes, possibly. I can't remember. I always sign up for the readathons that I participate in, and I haven't won anything, but I don't do it to win prizes. I just do it to challenge myself to read as many books as possible within a 24-hour period. So, with that being said, those are all of the readathon books. I still have all of these to talk about. So, on my TBR, not only do I read the readathon books, but I also have books that I have selected for my particular yearly goals, which I want to read at least 2 published books that I've received from either publishing houses or authors. And so I have, I think, 4 on my list this time around. The first one is The Ultimate Evil, The Search for the Sons of Sam, and this is by Maury Terry. I looked this up earlier, and did I write it down? I was going to say, when I did do this video earlier today, I had to open these up from boxes, and so you guys missed out on the unboxings as well. I do apologize. I got this from Quark. It comes out on April 20th, and this is it's going to be, I think it is, featured in the Netflix documentary series, The Sons of Sam. I have not seen this documentary yet, so I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. It's a chunker. It's so big. It's 542 pages. Oh God, I was hoping that was like not true, but it is. It's 543 pages. That's the epilogue. So I really need to get on with that one. I also have a few more from Quark and Hatchet and other people. So I have Whisper Down the Lane by Clay McLeod Chapman. This is the author who wrote the remaking, which I read last year. I still have the book that I need to give away, the paperback. But this is supposed to be, it says, a mind-bending psychological thriller for fans of horror and true crime, inspired by the McMartin preschool trials and the satanic panic of the 1980s. I was born in 1981. I like anything that talks about the 80s and 90s because that was like my childhood, and so I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. When I read the remaking, it wasn't scary, but I did like the fact that it was very supernatural, and it had like the elements of like social media and like filmmaking and everything. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then I also got 2 more books from different companies. So I have from Celadon Books, I have Finding Freedom, A Cook's Story Remaking a Life from Scratch by Erin French. I can't for the life of me remember if I actually asked for this. I might have. I haven't found it in my email yet, but I might have. This is a memoir, and it's a memoir of a woman who learned to cook or is cooking. I like memoirs, so I'm sure I'm going to love this. There is a graphic novel author who does memoirs as well that I really love. Her name is Lucy Neasley, I believe. If I can find a copy, well, I know I can find a copy of her books, but I'll leave the cover here of the only book that I own by her, but I've read, I think, 5 of her graphic novels, and I really enjoy it. And so I'm thinking I'm going to like this, even though I can't remember if I ordered it or not. And then I received Howls from Hell. This is a horror anthology. This is, of course, the the Ark. I got this from Howell's Society Press, and there's a foreword in it by Grady Hendrix, so the Grady Hendrix part is the one that caught my eye, and I was like, yes, absolutely, I want to read this. But also, it's a horror anthology, so I'm super stoked about that. And then in the inside, I have like a little note. It says, thanks for giving Howell Society Press a chance, and that is signed by Solomon Force, which is one of the authors of the book, so I like that. That's nice. And then I have another book that I had received from publishing. This is from Hatchet Publishing House, or actually, excuse me, no, yes, I received this from Hatchet, but, oh my gosh, I wonder if I got 2 of these books from 2 different publishing houses. Wouldn't that be crazy? Because I know that K Publicity asked me if I wanted this, and they sent it to me. And then I got a sequel. Well, not a sequel. I got 2. I opened up another one of these books on camera this morning, which I put into my giveaway pile, my trade away pile, so that way you guys can have one as well. And I talked about what was inside this book. So I kind of want to talk to you guys about what's inside this book this time too. Underneath the dust jacket. I like the green. I'm obsessed with the color green in the last couple of years. So this is nonfiction. And it says Adventures from the Dark Side of Science. It's actually like published by National Geographic. And within the inside there are parts. There's part 1, which is morbid curiosity. And some of those topics under that part 1 is, would your dog eat you if you died? And let's see, the corpse that bled. Gross. And then we have part 2, that's disgusting. We have past the semen and sniffing out sickness. I'm hoping that's dogs sniffing out like cancer and not people sniffing their children or something. All right. The reason why I say that is because growing up, or not me personally, when my children were growing up, I heard a wives' tale that you could smell their ears, and if it smelled putrid, then they had an ear infection. And so, being, you know, a new mom, I absolutely did that. And when you smell somebody's ear, it's not going to be stinky unless they have bad hygiene. But they never had ear infections, and so I didn't have to worry about it. Anyways, part 3 is Breaking Taboos, and we have a practical guide to cannibalism and pioneering the clitoris. Not sure how that has anything to do with the taboo section. Part 4 is Creepy Crawlies. We have Rat Race and Roaches Debunked. Now, when I say and, I'm just choosing 2 out of all of the categories that we have here. And then 2 more. We have Gross Anatomy. So I have Digging for Gold and Fecal Cure. Those are the 2 that I talked about in my last video. And part 6, Mysterious Minds. So we have the Voodoo Doll Riddle and Celluloid Psychosis. So, film something or others. All right, so basically, yeah, nonfiction about weird stuff with a little bit of illustrations. Super excited to pick it up this month. This actually came out in March, so I'm not sure why I got it so late. But I do have 2, so you guys get to have some of that. All right, and then the last one that is on my TBR is Nightmare by Chad Nicholas. Now, he sent this to me last year. I can't remember when, but I was so stoked to read it. Like, he sent me a thank you card inside, and it's signed. I didn't even know it was signed. So I appreciate it, Chad. Thank you so much. I am absolutely going to try to get to this month. I do tell everybody who emails me if I want to, you know, read and review their books on my channel. I always tell them, like, hey, is there a time limit for these books? Because I can't guarantee I'm going to have it in a timely fashion. So, sorry. All right, and then the last book that is absolutely on my list is We Should Have Left Well Enough Alone by Ronald Malfi. I am currently reading this with Ashley. This is our second book in the theme of short stories. So if you guys have been watching for the last couple of months, Ashley and I have been buddy reading, I think since September or October of last year, pretty consecutively. 3 books. We try to do 3 books a month. It just depends on how long the book is. But so we've chosen themes, and then we do a YA book with that theme, an adult book with that theme, and a nonfiction book with that theme. So last month in March, our short story collection was His Hideous Heart, which was 13 retellings of Edgar Allan Poe stories. So this month is adult short stories, all written by Ronald Malfi, and then our next one for the nonfiction will be essays. I think we've chosen who we're going to read, but I haven't purchased the book yet. Anyways, I'm really, really enjoying this book so far, like a lot, so yay to that. And it's, who's it published by? Journal Stone. Alright. Anywho, so those are all on my TBR. Now, I do have some rollovers from last month that I would like to get to. The first one being Killers, the Most Barbaric Murderers of Our Times by Nigel Cawthorne. Now, I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, Penelope sent this to me ages ago for me to read, and I finally picked it up, and I realized how crappy this book was edited. Like, who published this? MJF Books. Michael J. Fox Books. I'm just joking. I don't know who MJF is, but they did a terrible job, because one of the stories that I was reading, this is, you know, a nonfiction of serial killers. One of them was like not a run-on sentence. It was actually, it happened twice in the same, like, murderer. But like it was the whole sentence without spaces in between the words. I was so taken out of this story. I was like, who edited this? A child? So annoying. Yeah, so that's probably the reason why Penelope gave it to me. She's like, do you want this piece of crap book? Because I know you like serial killers. Did you even read this, Penelope? I have no idea. I'm not clowning on you. I love you so much. But anyways, it is interesting. It just makes me nervous that because there's so many editing errors, like grammatical errors, that the facts aren't true. I don't know. Anyways, the next one is Glimpse by Kendra Layton. I've been reading this for a few years now. I'm currently on page 90. It's okay. I think I hate the book. Hate's a strong word. I think I'm disliking the book because the main character won't admit that what she sees are ghosts. And that irritates me. Because if I saw a floating head, or hands, or an ear, or something just in the air, I would absolutely go straight to, it's a ghost. I wouldn't say, oh, I must be crazy, which she never says, but she's like, I have this issue where I see glimpses. Like, they're ghosts, girl. You have the sight. Figure it out. Help them. I guess I'll find out what's going on. But it's so like YA cliche kind of crap. Like, She's new to town. She was bullied in her last school. She wants to make a new start. She's pretending to be somebody she's not. She meets a bad boy. She hates him. He seems like he's going to be weird and like do stuff to her that she is uncomfortable with. And that's where we're at now. And I'm sure she's going to fall in love with him because that's what always happens. Like, literally, if you meet a jerk and you think he's a jerk at the beginning, just because he's cute, he's not going to turn into not a jerk later on. Anyways, and then I also have the Cormorant. Cormorant? How do you say that? By Stephen Gregory. This is published by Valancourt Books. I love Valancourt Books. I got this from Maddie. Thank you again, Maddie. I am very much enjoying this story. It's very slow paced and it's super tiny. So I'm just keeping this in the bathroom. So like when the water is getting warm in the shower, I read a not chapter, but like a page and a half or 2 pages, or, you know, if I'm on the loo. The loo is just bathroom in general, right? If I'm on the pot. If I'm on the pot, I'll also pick up and read a page, but I am enjoying it. It's very gothic-y, very like campy. I should have read it while I was at camp 2 weeks ago on spring break, because it's about this really weird black bird that this couple inherits from a uncle that is like not very close to them. It's not like a distant uncle either. It's like the uncle and the nephew weren't very close, and the uncle had other family members, but he chose to leave this bird with them in his will, along with his cottage. And he said, the only way you can keep my cottage is if you keep the bird healthy and you know, which is pretty funny. All right. The last one on my list is The Strange Case of Eliza Doolittle by Timothy Miller. I received this book in the mail. It came from 7th Street Books, but I can't remember who actually sent this to me, and I'm 99% sure I did not ask for this book, or I would have remembered the title. Because it's got Doolittle in it. That's something that isn't normal in, you know, my everyday buzzword lingo for titles. So I don't remember this book. And I wanted to read it last month possibly, but I didn't. And so I'm hopefully going to be reading it this month. If I can start all of these books, that would be grand. So that's my TBR. It's tentative. We'll see what comes out of it. My score so far is 8 books in January, 7 in February, 6 in March. So I don't want to keep going down. I want to go back up. If I only read 4 in April, I'm going to be very upset at myself. Yeah, let me know down below what you are currently reading, since it is in the middle of April. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you are looking forward to the reviews for any of these books. And yas, that's it. That's everything. Thank you for watching this video. I wish I didn't mess up the first time, because I had a lot to say. Well, maybe it's a good thing, because I did film that video like 5 times before I accidentally deleted it. Maybe it was fate saying, hey, you need to do a better job at, you know, sharing stuff with people, because you're terrible at it. I mean, 7 years I've been on YouTube and I still can't make a proper video. That's okay. Practice makes perfect, right? By the way, how do you feel about me being this far back? I forgot that I could, like, I was like, I can't scoot back anymore. The bookshelf is there, but I forgot I could actually move the camera farther away. So do you like having more of me, or did you enjoy having this close-up Missy? Because regardless, the light is hot and I'm going to be shiny in every video. I showed you guys my sweater, but get in, loser. I love this sweater so much. Thank you to my husband, who doesn't watch my videos, who bought this for me for my birthday. Yes, I guess that's it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys have a wonderful next week, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.